And don't forget the limited time events. If you see one available for Triple Threat offline or online, well, you.
The Trailblazers focused as they walk into the locker room. The players love it. Thank you, David. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Of course, there's the Timberwolves. They're looking to turn it around down at the bottom of the conference now.
And I think for Minnesota, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
And when you talk about inconsistency, I think a lot of it has to go to the players, because ultimately they're the ones that dictate how they perform.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup, we've got Rodney Hood. Doug McDermott is out there with Nemanja Bjelica. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Curry in at the point. And for Portland, Jimmy Butler is out there with Aminu. Then there's McCollum, and there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Graham in at the point guard position.
And one thing the Wolves have done well over the past few seasons, taking care of the ball.
You know, they squeeze it well. Low turnovers can be a double-edged sword, though. If you don't make many mistakes, maybe you're not being aggressive enough.
Here's Curry following the basket by C.J. McCollum. McCollum against Redick. It's Curry outside. The shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah, you know, these are two teams clearly on opposite ends of the continuum in this conference. I mean, this is a team they rightly feel they can beat every time they take the court with them.
Floats one. It's deflected. To the inside. Here's Butler. And the shot is long. Looking at the last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Heat. Hood, the pass to Curry. Inside, Redick. Stolen by McCollum. Fires from deep. Rebound by Bjelica.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Hood. Biyombo with the block.
Excellent timing by Biyombo, and an impressive vertical, too. He's a good shot blocker because of that.
Trailblazers on D. Curry on the wing. Defended by Butler. Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds. But that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant he pretty much played inside, and he drummed into my head and my heart. Make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling and making sure I could handle it, and it served me well during my playing career.
Here's Curry. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. And Curry, here we go.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
That one good for two. 6 points for Jimmy Butler.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Outside, Redick. Now here's Curry. D right on him. Pass to Bjelica. They need this one. Hands it from downtown.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Graham with the ball, guarded by Curry. It's McCollum on the wing. Over McDermott. And that one hits back iron.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Curry looking around. Outside, Redick. Lets the three fly, and another three for Minnesota.
Very dangerous from outside the arc, as he's been throughout his career. All Redick needs is a little separation. He's he's golden.
And McCollum puts up a deep three, and that one released in time, but no good. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Notching a 50, 40, 90% season is a...
The field goal percentage as a whole is...
And consistent excellence certainly is the key. Curry brings it night in and night out.
And as tough as it is to hit those marks, he just seems to make it look easy.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
We've got C.J. McCollum. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Aminu. And there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Graham in at point guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Hood can't get it to go.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
As a defender, he's going to just be a bothersome, worrisome guy, making you miserable all night, a hand in your face on every jump.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, for the last 5 years, the Golden State Warriors have been the colossus that stood over the NBA. There were thoughts that most teams were not willing to do things to be competitive, knowing that they could not beat the Splash Brothers, Draymond Green, and then Kevin Durant. But the Warriors lost to the Raptors in the finals last year, combined with the injuries to Durant and Klay Thompson, have opened things up. And for the first time in a long time, there are any number of teams in this league that believe it's their time.
Probably so. The West is strengthened. There's no doubt, DA. Interesting matchups coming up for sure. Thank you.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Drills the three-pointer. And it's 9 points for Steph Curry.
And the young Timberwolves head coach, Ryan Saunders, son of former Minnesota coach Flip Saunders, about as great of a pedigree you could ask for as a young coach.
Well, guys, you've heard me talk about the DNA when it relates to players. It's the same with coaches. I mean, Ryan has grown up seeing his dad coach at a high level, the late Flip Saunders, one of our favorites in the business. He spent his whole life around basketball, so he has a great way with players and a real good understanding of the game, to a modern-day approach for a young coach.
Here's Curry, following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Pocket 6, shoots. Hood can't get it to go.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Now here's McCollum. A 24-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
Now here's Butler, following the miss by C.J. McCollum. Outside Butler. And that's going to be a travel.
And checking out some numbers here for J.J. Redick, how he performed last season. He averaged 18 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the pine.
Yeah, there's always a demand for shooters, man. Have jumper, will travel. I'm telling you, most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
Minnesota's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Curry passes to Hood. Shoots from the baseline. And yes, it's good. Hood's got his first bucket of the night.
And when the offense is running through Curry, it's going to run smooth.
Graham surveying the floor. Kicks to Aminu. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
6 on the shot clock. Graham, the pass to Biyombo, uses the glass to finish the layup. Biyombo's got it all tied up now for Portland.
And Biyombo is used to taking a pounding now. I mean, he's a physical guy, so he expects physicality in return, especially when he's going up with his shot.
It's all tied in Portland. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire. And that's going to do it.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Curry with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Bielitsa is out there with Doug McDermott. Then it's Rodney Hood. Then it's Curry. And it's Redick in at the 2. Here's Graham, gets the bucket and the foul. They get Stephen Curry. Take a look at the NBA. Who's the best, you think, Clark, at controlling the defensive glass, getting the missed most shots and getting their offense back in gear?
Yeah, I think even though he's a bit undersized, he does a great job. Draymond Green, not only does he rebound the ball defensively, but he also can ignite the break because of his ball handling and passing ability. Giannis Antetokounmpo does a great job on the defensive backboards, as does Joel Embiid.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Outside Butler. Shoots over Curry. Butler, no good. And so Curry will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a 1-point game. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And he gets it to go. Curry's got 4 points now in the quarter.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Here's Graham. Covered by Hood. And it's Graham missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Hood against Butler. And it's Curry at the elbow. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Al-Farouq Aminu. The thing about Curry you have to admire, Greg, he never wants the spotlight to himself, even as a leader of his team. He always wants his teammates to shine as well.
You think back to when Clay was trying to break Curry's 3-point record last season. Curry was not only cheering for him, but actively setting him up to make it happen. That camaraderie Curry shows is why his teammates love him. That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half. Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Outside, Redick. Just 5 to shoot. Shot by Bielitsa and nobody around. A 3-pointer, no good. And Al-Farouq Aminu gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Pass to Redick. To the middle. And Curry the bucket on the assist from Redick. And that's now 17 points for Steph Curry. Trailblazers trail by 8. Graham, the pass to Biyombo. To the inside. Graham with the bucket. Graham's got 7 now in this quarter.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Now Curry. 17 points in the game. Hood for 3. Aminu grabs the miss. Aminu's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. McCollum kicks to Graham. Back to McCollum. Fires the 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
Yes, that goes in.
Boy, you look at the defense, not nearly the hustle or energy at that end of the floor. It's the exact opposite of what it was in the first half.
Steps back and shoots. Count it. McCollum's got 6.
A natural scorer. Give McCollum any room to get his shot off, and he's going to...
It's been all about Stephen Curry for Minnesota. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We've got...
What's wrong with your post-up?
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Farouk Aminu is out there with Jimmy Butler. And there's Bismack Biyombo. Then there's McCollum. And it's Graham in at the 1 spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Outside, Redick. And it's Bjelica with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Graham, guarded by Curry. The 11-footer, rebounded by McDermott. Timberwolves leading by 6. Curry's shot is good. Curry's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for Minnesota.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Hey, I don't know if it was changing baskets or what, guys, but they clearly look a lot better offensively.
And the basket is good.
And Biyombo is highly effective down low. Knows where to post up in the paint.
Now here's Curry. Graham defending. Butler against Hood. Outside, Redick. Buries the long-range jumper. Redick's got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
I tell you what, any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, it means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense, and you're being smart about it, and you're knocking down the good shots that you get.
And Butler sends it back.
Get that weak stuff out of here around Butler. He's so quick off the ground to block shots.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Outside Curry. Shot clock at 6. The drive by Redick. It's Bjelica, and another 3 for Minnesota.
You know, when Redick passes like that, he makes everything easier for himself and his teammates, and I think he makes them a lot better as a unit, too.
Count that 1, and the Timberwolves lead has been cut down now to just 5 in the bucket from McCollum.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Butler, and the layup falls.
And Butler not afraid of having the ball in his hands in these big moments. He's the guy that you can count on to get it done in the clutch.
Here's Curry, guarded closely. The offensive rebound. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the 4th quarter on a roll. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Graham.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Here's Here's Curry. Good.
No question about it. Curry is on fire right now.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're trailing by 3. There's 49 seconds left in the game. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Steph Curry.
Yeah, more than half of their scoring has been through him. It hadn't been selfish either. That's the way they mapped this thing out. And they knew what a tough matchup he'd be for their D, so they just decided to ride it.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He knows this has been a hard-fought game, and he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
30 seconds left in the fourth. Another miss by Curry. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Outside Butler. Pass to Aminu. McCollum with the ball. Now guarded by Redick. Over to the wing. Here's Graham. Got it!
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're behind by 1. 9 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in the game.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're down by 2. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. McCollum from deep three-point land. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.
El sol.